So, Rick, explain to the audience exactly what it is a stunt double does.
Actors are required to do a lot of dangerous stuff. Cliff here is meant to help carry the load.
Is that how you describe your job, Cliff?
What, carrying his load? Yeah, it's about right.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel over here at Broke Boy Media. And today we're going to be reviewing Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, you forgot the dot dot dot.
The dot dot dot. Oh yeah, Once Upon a Time dot 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 in Hollywood.
Gotta pause.
Right. It's some crazy stuff, man. But as always, like I said, welcome back to our channel, everyone, over at Broke Boy Media. My name is Christian, and I have Devin here today. And before we get started, I just want to let you guys know that you can listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, Podbean, and then we're trying Google Hangouts on YouTube. Uploaded a little trailer earlier today, Devin. So that was interesting.
Fancy.
Very, very fancy. It was I bought myself a nice little MacBook today during tax-free weekend down here in Music City, USA. So that was a lot of fun. Scored a really good deal.
I don't think we have that here in Chi-Town.
I thought every
I know Ohio does it. I remember that.
well, I thought every state did it in general, didn't they?
Maybe. I haven't heard anything about it until you said something.
That's really weird. I don't know. But yeah, so as I said before, we are going to be reviewing Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And this is Quentin Tarantino's 9th film. Not
supposedly his second to last, which no one in the world believes. He's not just going to stop at 10.
Right.
There's no way.
Yeah, I don't believe that for a second. There's no way. I don't know, but I mean, we'll see because there's been a lot of debate out there. Like, have you seen Kill Bill, Volume 1 and 2?
Yeah, of course.
So, would you consider that to be one movie or two separate movies?
Well, I watched them separately.
Answer wisely.
It does say Volume 1 and Volume 2.
I was talking about this with Jared the other day, and I don't know. Me and Jared are on the same page. I can see why everyone thinks that it's two movies because, you paid 2 movie tickets for it. But I don't know.
It's like I know if Tarantino, he would have wanted it to be one if there weren't like the construct of a movie being no more than like 3 hours max.
Mm-hmm.
Like just based on the construct of needing a movie to be a certain time, it kind of makes it 2 movies. But I'm sure if he would have done one if he could have.
Right. So I guess my reasoning behind it is Kill Bill 2 like literally happens like right after Kill Bill 1. Like, I mean, it's a 4 hour movie altogether if you put the two together. But I was actually arguing with Jared and Dakota about this as well. Ethan kind of came in at the last second, but he was trying to tell me that, and in my thought is, if it's a movie that's shot and filmed all at the same time, then it's the same movie split into 2 parts, kind of like Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows 1 and 2. Or how you have Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame, because both of those movies were filmed at the same time, Endgame and Infinity War. Now Jared's trying to tell me that, it's a flashback during the beginning of Endgame. That's not when it technically starts. I'm like, no, it starts off with Hawkeye. There's like a good 20 to 25 minutes before they even get into the 5 year later mark. He's going to try to tell me that that's a, whatchamacallit, a flashback. I was like, it's not a flashback. Not to me. I don't know. What do you think?
I think the Hawkeye scene was just filling in what we didn't get to see.
Yeah, that is true. Because
barely a flashback.
Yeah, I wouldn't really call it a flashback, but because I know that was that scene was supposed to be in Endgame, when Hawkeye lost his family in general. But I don't know. I guess I'm just indifferent about it. I view it as one full movie because it's one movie altogether, and it tells a greater story. But I don't know. That's just me. I know different people think differently about it, so it's it's kind of a mystery. But let us know what you think out there. If you think that if Kill Bill 1 and 2 counts as two movies or one movie, because I mean, a lot of people have trouble sitting through a 3-hour movie now, which once upon a time in Hollywood is pushing 3 hours. It's around 2:45, 2 hours and 45 minutes. So I don't know. We'll see. But I don't know. That's just my hot take on the subject. But before we get into the review really quick, have any interesting stories that you came across this week that you might want to talk about?
As far as movies or
Yeah, just anything in general.
I'm just very excited about the MCU. I just can't stop thinking about it.
They've been spoiling us rotten. Like, I don't think we're going to see another Avengers for a while. Probably not until Phase 5, because there wasn't an Avengers on there. But we kind of got, the special treatment with 2 Avengers movies back to back. Because normally when an Avengers movie comes out, it's like a big event. When Infinity War came out, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is amazing. And then it had been a while, a lot of people didn't like Age of Ultron. I personally liked it, but that's just me. I understand why other people didn't, but yeah, I don't know. That's just my little thoughts about it in general. But
I got very excited about the Ryan Reynolds tease today on Instagram about Deadpool.
Okay, so I remember that being like a thing for a while, but I couldn't remember exactly. I don't know. Do you want to fill me in on that? Because I can't really remember. Because I remember
Basically, he posted on Instagram talking about like Phase 5 and just saying like Phase 5. So he's kind of like teasing towards Deadpool being introduced in Phase 5 of the MCU, which would be amazing.
that would be pretty cool, and I really hope that they keep him, rated R in general. Excuse me, but yeah, I really hope they keep that in general. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there was anything I came across this week.
I sent you that interview with Simu Liu, I think his name is.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I just keep getting more excited about him because he's so charming.
Yeah, that is true. Wait, hold on 1 second for me.
But
Yeah, I was like, it's a little dark in here. Had to open up the blinds there for a second, so I apologize. But we're back. We are back. Yeah, you sent me that, and I don't know. I'm trying to think. I need to start getting into Umbrella Academy. I was gonna watch that possibly, but
it's definitely entertaining.
definitely I need to watch that. I almost put it in the trailer in general, but I didn't know anything about it, and I didn't want to like spoil anything for myself. So
I think it's definitely a big part of Netflix's future. It's one of the programs that they have ongoing,
Really?
seemingly.
yeah, man. I mean, we have all these streaming services coming up, and HBO Max actually sounds really really
Too good to be true.
Yeah, for like $15, you literally I think that because I didn't know HBO was owned by Warner Brothers. I didn't know that at all. But
Makes sense with all the add-ons you get here.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And yeah, I'm pretty sure. My theory is I think they're gonna weed out DC Comics and just have that all together in general. But I don't know. It'd be very, very interesting.
And we get Cartoon Network, so we get to watch Rick and Morty easily.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. Very, very excited about that.
Yes.
That'll be amazing. It'll be amazing, Morty. Fantastic.
I can't even try the voices. I'm not good enough.
I don't know. I can kind of do Morty. He's like, oh, geez, Rick. Oh man, I don't know. I can't really hold it for too long without laughing myself. But I don't know. But yeah, so let's just dive right into Once Upon a Time, ... in Hollywood.
The year is 1969.
Yes, year's 1969, and we have Rick Dalton and Cliff Booth.
Such good names.
Yeah, but here I'll read the synopsis really quick. A faded television actor and his stunt double strive to achieve fame and success in the film industry during the final years of Hollywood's golden age in 1969 Los Angeles. Directed and written by Quentin Tarantino. And we have on board Brad Pitt, we have Leonardo DiCaprio, we have Margot Robbie, among others as well. And it was a great film, honestly. I loved every second of it. Just really quick, when I saw it on Thursday, I went to the movies. I was like, okay, I'm feeling good. I emptied all my fluids and everything else, and there's this old couple like to the right of me, and they're literally talking throughout the entire movie, and I was like, great. And it wasn't about the movie in general. It was about just random things that had nothing to do with the movie, and I was like, yeah, of course. And I didn't want to be rude. Be like, hey, you want to shut up?
Well, if they're being rude, would that really be rude for you to say something?
Very true. And I was going to say something, and I kind of looked around to see if I could move anywhere else. And of course, it being a new movie and a Quentin Tarantino movie, the whole place was full. So I was stuck. I had two choices: to stay there or leave in general. So I was like, looks like my ass is staying.
I had an interesting theater experience as well.
What happened?
I figured it's a special occasion. It's a Tarantino movie. We're only getting 10, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I'd treat myself and try the AMC dining experience.
Ooh.
And it was not great at all.
Yeah, that's I normally stick to Twizzlers, honestly, if I'm being completely honest with that. It's not I always thought about buying their their gourmet food, but I think the closest that I got was buying caramel corn.
Yeah.
And
the food wasn't very good, and then it gets there, and then you're just eating in the dark, watching a movie. It's just not very appealing.
Doesn't that make you sleepy though?
Not really.
No,
I don't get the itis.
I get the itis.
And then it stinks up the whole theater, whatever food you get, and then everyone's like looking at you. They're like, "Oh, what'd you get?" And I'm like,
well, that and like the entire staff like walking up and down the aisles.
Yeah.
And, like, I know it's not like the biggest issue in the world, but
and then you have to just leave all your stuff there when you're done. It's just sitting there, like.
Yeah, you kind of feel bad about it. So
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean.
I won't be doing that again. And it was absurdly expensive, so.
Certainly absurd. Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, didn't it like cost you like an arm and a leg?
Yes, it was like $25 for the meal.
No. Well, then again, we do have the movie pass through AMC, so
Yes.
I guess technically we shouldn't complain. But it's the principle. It's the principle. Did you get any discount like with the food in itself?
No.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna buy it then. Looks like I'm sneaking in Wendy's next time for sure.
Get some chicken sandwiches up your legs, jeans.
Oh man, I can't believe Dakota did that. That was crazy.
That was Avengers 1.
Avengers, that's right. We saw
How long ago it was.
What is that, 2012? That was a long time ago. Man, years are starting to fly by. I'm looking in the mirror. I'm like, who am I anymore? I'm not this young whippersnapper I used to be. I'm like, I felt like I was like 19 like last year.
You're never as young as you are right now.
That is very true. Who said that? Your dad? I feel
I don't
like
know. Gandhi. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know either. It's weird. Interesting stuff. But yeah, so what were your thoughts about the trailer leading into this? Because I was freaking hyped. So
I don't think I've ever seen a trailer more. And it wasn't even me just like watching the video on YouTube. It showed before every movie that I saw leading up into it.
Yeah, it's like Angels Has Fallen.
Yeah. Even more than that though. Like I saw it before every single movie.
No, man, I think I saw Angels Has Fallen 1,000 times more over Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to go see it like at all. Like I don't want to review it. I don't want to go see it. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. It just looks so bad. Like, and it's not. It just reminds me of. I would say it's kind of like one of those daytime shows that come on. They're like kind of okay, and like they try to build up all the suspense, but like it's just not there. It's just not there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, the trailer had me excited. It always looked good. Like there were a couple different trailers, and I liked all of them. But I really liked the one where the little girl whispers in his ear, "That's the best acting I've ever seen in my life."
Whole life.
And then he just starts
He was like,
crying.
"Thank you." He was like, "Rick fucking Dalton."
So good.
Oh man, yeah. This was a very well woven, like choreographed story in general, and it does start off a little slower, but I kind of enjoyed it. And like I see a lot of people on Twitter, they're like, yeah, like it was all right. It wasn't like the best. And I was like, okay, I mean that's fine. But they're complaining about how slow it is, and I was like, well, I mean, the ending was fucking awesome.
Yes.
I was like, what did I just watch right
that
now?
last 20 minutes just.
I would even say the last 45 minutes, like just in general. But yeah, like especially the last 20 minutes, I was like, what the hell is happening? Okay, so the kids that are in the movie and that I don't even like, where do they come from? Are they just like
They're part of the Manson family.
Oh, that's right, the Manson murders. That's what it. Okay.
And
So,
the trailer is pretty deceiving because that's literally the only part that Charles Manson is in, is the part that they showed in the trailer.
yeah, so Charles Manson was the guy who was kind of walking around,
Yeah.
and he was like, oh, he's like a buddy of mine used to live here when he went up to Margot Robbie's house or whatever, and he's like, oh, he's like, Charlie's gonna like you.
Yeah.
So those are
So,
all.
so if you're going and expecting a Charles Manson movie, it's just not what it is at all. He's the small part of it overall.
Right. Okay. So all those were like his kids, or just well, not every single one.
Just part of whatever you want to call it, the community. I don't know.
Right. Okay. So kind of like a cult.
Yeah, it was a giant cult.
Okay. Yeah, because like when Cliff like walks up to find his his old colleagues that he used to work with, and I was like, oh man, something's about to fucking happen. Like he's gonna die. Like, what's going on? I was like, no, Cliff, don't walk into that house. Don't do it. But yeah, that was a very eerie scene for me, and I was just like, it got me. Like, I mean, the suspense was there, the belief was there, and what was the old colleague's name? I think his name was like Charlie or something like that.
I don't remember.
I can't remember either, but yeah, that was probably. I mean, aside from like the last like 20 minutes of the movie, that was probably one of my favorite scenes. But I love how like I think Cliff was my favorite character.
Oh, Brad Pitt stole the show. This is one of his best roles, like since probably
I agree.
Fight Club. Like it's his best in a long time.
Oh yeah. The train has left the station. He gets carried off at the end in the ambulance. And he's like Stop by tomorrow. Take care of your lady. Bring bagels.
He's just like one of the coolest characters ever made. Like you just want to hang out with Cliff Booth all day.
Right. He was just like such a happy-go-lucky guy, and he got away with murder, literally killing his own wife. And I was like, whoa.
He's literally like he's the point of view of the audience member. He's just like witnessing all this weird Hollywood stuff happening. He's just like going with it. He's self-aware, but he enjoys it. So he's just having a good time.
Yeah. The train has left the station.
Very McConaughey like.
Oh yeah, very McConaughey like. I agree. I totally agree. Yeah, I mean, Margot Robbie's character, like, she was kind of just there, but I mean, you know, she lived next door to Rick Dalton. Rick was, I mean, obviously Leonardo DiCaprio is great in whatever role that he plays in, and there's no discredit to him whatsoever. Just for whatever reason, I definitely think Brad Pitt stole the show. I mean, in like whatever Leonardo DiCaprio's in, he's always giving it his.
He's amazing no matter what.
Yeah, and like you expect that, and you're like, okay, you know, Brad Pitt, it's sort of wishy-washy with some actors, but not saying that he's a bad actor. It's just, you know, this is
the perfect bromance though. Those two characters.
Yeah, and it wasn't like a buddy cop movie. They were just pals.
They're just very loyal to each other. Like you kept expecting one of them to like switch on the other and like not be a good loyal friend, but they kept with it the whole time.
Yeah, I thought Rick Dalton was definitely gonna like screw Cliff over in some way, shape, or form, but that didn't really happen. But I love it when when Cliff tries to, you know, become pretty much like a stuntman again during whatever the spaghetti westerns that Rick Dalton's doing, and he's like sitting on the roof thinking about like.
That flashback was so funny. Oh my god. With Bruce Lee of all people.
Yeah, I was like, okay, this is really interesting. Like I had a great time overall. He was like, if I accidentally kill you,
he beat the shit out of Bruce Lee.
He threw him against that freaking car.
Yeah.
The dude's wife's car, and she's like, what the fuck is going on?
And he's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
He was like, yeah, all right, that's fair. That's fair.
Like that's such a long setup for a joke, but it works out so perfectly once he
Right.
delivers it.
Yeah, it's oh my gosh, that's the best. But the Manson children, they were they did a really good job, just, you know, kind of just being there and being eerie, and you know, what was the girl's name that he picked up, Hitchhike Pussycat, I think her name was.
Yeah.
He was like, we love our pussy. He was like, yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
He
really
was like, I'm gonna need to see some ID.
right. She was like, do you mind if I like suck you off while you drive? And he's like, how old are you? And then like she lays on his lap and she has like all this like hairy armpits. She's like, well, clearly I'm old enough. And he's like, I'm not gonna go to jail over some poontang.
So funny.
Oh my gosh.
I have to say, overall, this is probably Tarantino's funniest movie. Like, there's a lot of good jokes.
Yeah, I mean, I really do love Inglourious Basterds though. That movie is so great. It's amazing. But yeah, this one was just riddled with jokes in general, and you know, it's not as action heavy as his other films, and that's totally fine. For whatever reason, I don't know why people didn't. That's probably why people didn't like Hateful Eight, because there wasn't as much going on. But I personally like Hateful Eight a lot, and I know that there's like an extended cut on Netflix. I need to watch that.
Yeah, makes
Like,
it even longer.
is it really? Oh yes. See, like I enjoy long movies. I don't mind sitting through the extended editions of like Lord of the Rings, or I mean, honestly, if I were to ever watch Avatar again, I mean, I will watch the extended cut. I mean, like, why not? Because it's the director's cut. But they definitely should have added more into the Avengers Endgame re-release, because I mean, obviously, yeah, they clearly did it to beat Avatar, and which they did, which is really really nice. But yeah, it was. I wish they would have just. I wish they would have had like more of an extended cut for Avengers: Infinity War for that. But besides Cliff and Rick Dalton, who are did you have any other favorite characters in general, or were you kind of just, you know, like, yeah, Cliff and Rick all the way?
That little girl, that little child actor, like blew me away. I was like, "Whoa!"
Oh yeah,
that?
she was really great. I loved her.
That was insane. She had so much personality.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to find her name.
She was like, I like to stay in character no matter what. Please address me by my character's name because I don't like to break character. And she's like, I don't like to use the word actress. I like to use the word actor. And she was right. She was right. She was
Her
right.
name's Julia Butters, and she played Trudy.
Julia Butters.
Butters.
Trudy.
Yeah, she was really good.
Yeah, the entire the scene where he kept like forgetting his lines, and he's like, "What was that again?" He was like, "Cut." He was like, "Are we gonna keep rolling?" Or he was like, it's like he knew the lines, but obviously, you know, he's pretty much just like a wash up actor. But I mean, the cool thing about the movie was it was a movie about making movies, which was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So you kind of got that little lookout or aspect to it overall. But like when Rick Dalton like forgets his lines and he goes back into his trailer and he just starts freaking destroying everything, and he's like, "You did this."
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that he had a stuttering issue as a character trait.
Yeah, and I noticed that throughout. I was like, okay, like he's probably either on something. I mean, Cliff drove him around everywhere because he had too many DUIs.
Yeah, that narrator came in and he was like, "That was a lie."
I think the funniest part when he's interacting with Trudy, was it Judy?
Yeah,
Trudy. When he's talking, when he's reading the book, and it's pretty much just explaining what's going on in his life, about what the other character was going through, about pretty much being a washed up has-been, and he starts crying. She's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and he's like, "You'll get there. Just give it 15 years." I was like, "Oh my god, that was a sneaky little line right there. That was nice. That was really nice." But yeah, we can let's talk about the ending, because that's, come on, that, oh my gosh, freaking Maya Hawke is in this movie.
Yeah, I was like, "Whoa, hello!"
Like, out of nowhere, I was just sitting there. I was like, she kind of looks familiar. I'm like, oh my god, that's Maya Hawke. Like,
I
holy
had
crap!
an insane revelation yesterday and today.
What's up?
Her parents are both extremely famous.
Are they?
Her mom is Uma Thurman, and her dad is Ethan Hawke.
Oh, like, what?
That is some bloodlines there.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
And of course, Uma Thurman, very well known for Pulp Fiction and being in Tarantino movies.
It all comes full circle. That's really interesting. Oh my god, that's wow. That's crazy. Oh my god. What are we doing with our lives?
Yeah. So maybe
why was I not born into this fame and fortune?
maybe her daughter can take over the Kill Bill mantle. Who knows?
Oh, that would be amazing. Kill Bill 3. Yes, let's
Yeah,
go.
what if they did a Kill Bill 3 with Uma Thurman and Maya Hawke, and she was like passing off the mantle to her?
That
like
would be pretty
mother-daughter
sweet.
movie. That would be badass.
Quentin Tarantino, he did say that Kill Bill Volume 3 still might happen. That might be his last hurrah. So, depending on this movie, well, it's been a while since I've seen any of the Kill Bills, but they are freaking amazing. I actually might watch those next weekend. I don't know. Possibly. But what is anything else you wanted to talk about really quick, or did you want to kind of just wrap this one up? And now we're trying to Trying to make our videos a little bit shorter here, folks, just
The
because.
ending is just insane.
Freaking just.
acid.
I love it. Yeah, Cliff takes the cigarette dipped in acid after they come back from the plane. He's like, all right, he takes his dog out for a walk. And he's like, and away we go.
His dog was awesome too.
Oh my gosh. When he tried to eat the dog food, though, I was like, oh, that's so gross.
I kept showing close-ups of that dog food just like slurping off the can and into the bowl.
It didn't even look like dog food. It just looked like processed jelly. I don't even know what you would call it in general. I don't know. But yeah, that was that was freaky. Well, I love it how freaking the Manson kids come up towards in their loud ass muffler in the middle of the cul-de-sac.
And then Rick Dalton's like, "What are you doing?"
The way that he came out
in his robe.
And he had the full picture of Margarita. I was like, he literally looks like a wash up right now. It was a freaking chicken legs too. I was like, oh, sorry about that. Knocked my headphones out. But he had those chicken legs. I was like, oh my God, he looks so funny right now. Just an entire blender picture of Margarita in his fucking hands.
I mean, he takes a sip out of it too.
He goes up to the kids and he tells them to fucking leave. And he looks at the girl. He was like, what are you looking at, you ginger hair fuck? I was like, oh my God. I thought he was going to die right then and there because Tex had that gun.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, uh-oh. But he never really does it.
Of course, in Tarantino style, this changes the entire course of history. And instead of killing Sharon Tate, like they actually did on that night, they decided to try to kill Rick Dalton instead. And that didn't work out very well for them. Because Cliff's a badass.
Yeah, okay, well, because Charlie told them to kill everyone. And
he told them to kill the people in Sharon Tate's house.
Yeah, in Sharon Tate's. That's right, yeah. I was like, that's... Yeah, I mean, I didn't really think they were actually going to go through with it until they actually started attacking. But then, Cliff comes up and he has...
He's just like he's so calm throughout all of it.
He's so calm through the entire... He was like, wait. He's like, I know all you three. Freaking Tex is holding a gun to him. He's like, you're the kids from the... I forgot the name of the actual place. The one set from Bounty Law. He's like, what's your name again, man? And then he's like, I'm the freaking devil. He's like, no, something stupider than that.
Yeah.
He was like, Tex. And then the dog just comes in and he's like,
just bites everything.
Oh my gosh,
destroys Tex.
Destroys Tex, destroys
and then he takes the dog food and just like chucks it at this lady and just like
that was insane, dude.
Her face was destroyed. She couldn't stop screaming.
Yeah, the girl with the black hair. I was like, that whole sequence, dude, because it's not a Quentin Tarantino movie unless there's like pretty much a big bloodbath.
Very gratuitous violence.
Yeah, like at the end, Django is just like.
That's a bloodbath.
That is a bloodbath. I mean, literally. Yeah, it was insane. I was like, oh my God. So was Hateful Eight, dude, but everyone kind of like dropped off one by one. But like that became a huge bloodbath in itself because everyone dies at the end. Spoilers, FYI, but I probably should have said that earlier. But it's whatever. But yeah, dude, freaking Cliff Booth being a stuntman, freaking handled himself. I was like, okay. Like, he's tripping on some acid right now, but he's very focused.
Saved the day.
Saved the day. Oh my gosh. I think that
then the best part is the pool scene where
literally she comes out with the gun and just like crashes through the window and he's sitting there with his headphones on. He was like, what the fuck? He was so shaken. He was like, I've just been out here, doing my thing, and then this crazy lady with a like beaten in face. And let's talk about the ginger hair girl when he freaking just repeatedly, like, oh my god, it was like 10 times, like
Yeah, just smashes her head and face
on the head, on the
every
table,
object.
on the
It was
freaking
painful.
fireplace. I was like, oh my gosh. He's like, ah,
She
she's
is
done.
dead forever.
She's dead. She
And then the crazy lady dives into the pool, can't see anything. She's just like shooting randomly and screaming.
she was so hysterical, dude.
And
I was
the
like,
big dog goes into a shed and pulls
he
out
pulls
the
out the flamethrower.
flamethrower. That was such a
They didn't
good.
even order any sauerkraut.
The crowd in my theater like went wild in that scene.
That was, and like the music came back up. I was like, oh man, freaking just burns her to a char. He was like,
the only weapon he had.
Oh my god, that was the best. That was literally the best. Wow, just wow. I think that was probably one of my favorite endings to any movie ever.
And then after all that happens, he just goes to visit the neighbors and then
He
seemingly
was like,
becomes,
what the
becomes good
fuck
buddies.
happened? Yeah. He was like, what the fuck happened? He's like, these damn hippies tried to break into my house, man. Like, he's like, is everyone okay? He's like, yeah, we're fine. The
Yeah,
hippies aren't, but we're
My,
okay.
my stunt double took out 2 and I took out 1.
He's like, yep, charged it to a Chris. They got away with murder.
Well, that
Cliff
was
got away with murder twice.
Yeah, Cliff's just living life free.
Yeah, and I thought we were gonna see more of like a little bit more of a dark side with Cliff, but I'm kind of glad we didn't, because it's like he's just a guy trying to make a living, and so is Rick Dalton.
It's kind of funny for a Tarantino movie. This was like an extremely happy ending.
Yeah, it actually was. You know,
It does make sense though, because obviously the title is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and when you hear Once Upon a Time, you think fairy tale.
True.
Obviously, every fairy tale has to have a happy ending. So.
Yeah, even the audio, or like the soundtrack, or that song that they started playing towards the end was very fairy tale-esque, and it kind of just went into it. But like normally when his movies, it'll show like, oh, like this movie's called blah 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 blah. Oh no, it did during the beginning. I forgot. It did it twice. I totally forgot about that, and I just saw it again today for a better viewing experience, which it was. I was like, okay, good. But I had a quick, so with Sharon Tate, that was her in the movie that she went to go see, right?
Yeah.
The first time I saw it, I was like, oh, she's trying to sneak in. I'm like, oh no, that was her. But I was like,
That's me, the klutz.
yeah, the klutz.
Margot Robbie was so good in the limited lines she had.
I know, yeah, no, she killed it. I mean, she's doing her own thing, and it was what it was, man. I've thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I would put it up there, probably my top 5 Quentin Tarantino movies. Not necessarily like, maybe like number like 5 or 4, but overall, great movie. I loved it. Loved every second of it. So, you want to get into scores really quick?
Yeah.
What would you give this bad boy out of 100? Out of 100 bagels.
So I thought the first and third acts were like perfect, like amazing. I do agree that with some people that the second act had some parts that just didn't feel necessary and it kind of dragged on a little bit. Like I really like that scene where he goes to visit that old guy, but I kind of wish it ended a little better because the tension was built so perfectly, and then it just kind of
He kind of just leaves. Yeah.
I kind of wish that was like a little more action packed, but other than that, it was a really good movie. I'm thinking like 90.
Okay, 90 bagels. I got you.
Yeah.
I would I would give it a just a 91 in general. Pretty much for every reason that that you had said. I mean, overall, I love the movie. Just, all 3 acts were great. Yeah, I do wish that something would have happened more with Cliff when he went to drop off Pussycat in general, because he kind of just got away scot-free before anything happened. But
He
like,
smashed that dude's face in too.
oh my god, dude, that was insane. That was crazy. That was like, oh man.
Did you
Great.
catch that mid-credit scene?
There's a mid-credit scene?
Yeah.
Oh my god. No wonder why people stay behind.
There's a Rick Dalton cigarette commercial. It's
Oh,
mid-credit
really?
scene. It's pretty funny.
I'll just have to see if I can find it online so I can view it in general.
It shows the whole commercial, then after the scene cuts, Rick Dalton's like, this tastes like shit. I don't even smoke this.
I'll definitely have to see if I can find that online. I was wondering why people were staying behind. I was like, I don't think there's a mid-credit scene, but I don't know. But what I really enjoy about Tarantino's movies is that he doesn't necessarily make sequels, with the exception of Kill Bill, which I still don't think is a sequel. It's just a continuation. Like, for a sequel, for me, it means that an amount of time has had to have passed by, at least like a few months or whatever between two different movies in general. But that's just me. But anything else you wanted to cover before we wrap up here?
I think that's it.
Okay. Well, thank you, Devin, for coming on as well, as always. And for everyone at home, thank you guys for listening. Don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at BrokeBoyMedia. That's broke_boy, spelled BOI_media. And again, you can listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, and Podbean. And you can watch us on YouTube in general. But yeah, man, let's get out of here. I still have to go see The Art of Self-Defense, and I was supposed to go yesterday, but I got too caught up in errands, so I'm gonna try to go see it tomorrow before it leaves theaters. You went to go see The Farewell, right?
I did.
How was it?
It was really good.
It's supposedly it's coming here to town August 2nd, so it's coming up Friday, but I don't know if it's going to be in the ANC theater. I'm hoping that it will be, because I don't feel like going to that other theater, that stupid Belcourt theater. It's just, it's terrible. But I think, what's the next movie we might review? I mean, if I go see The Farewell, or we can do The Art of Self-Defense with Harlan, or...
I think Art of Self-Defense might be one of my top 10 of the year.
Really?
It's really good.
I really got to go see it. So yeah, I'm definitely going to go try to see that tomorrow then. Hobbs
Up
and
next,
Shaw.
up next we got Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw. That'll be
I
interesting.
think that's all that's coming out next weekend.
Yeah, I think so. I'm just waiting for Good Boys, man. Good Boys. That's all I want.
Three more weeks.
3 more weeks. And Dora.
Dora's in 2 weeks.
Are we doing this?
I mean, I'll see it. It should be entertaining.
I know the reason why everyone's going to see it, but, that's fine, too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again, Devin, for coming on. And bye, everybody. We're going to get ready for the week, because it's a Sunday.
Peace.
That was the best acting I've ever seen in my whole life.
Like you. Rick fucking